We have a scene here. It's the entrance to a clubhouse, and I want to talk about what I would do on design. The first thing I like to do is step back and take in the entire scene. Then I want to actually direct my client's eyes to what I want them to see and what I want to attract them to. So right here, we have a saucer magnolia, a beautiful butterfly bush. We have a Kusa dogwood behind us, a scraggly looking pine tree, a beautiful walkway, and a beautiful entrance and home. The other thing we have is a wonderful stone bench and a wood bench. So what I want to do is I want to create the scene. The first thing is I look at the structure of the building itself. What I want to do is create a very consistent backlighting on that. By doing that, I'm creating really the backdrop of the entire scene and having lighting that is very evenly spaced, where we're not really able to see where the light source is coming from, but just an even spacing of lighting. I'm usually going to be 16 to 18 inches off of this structure, using SLO1s at a lower lumen level, typically in that 230 to 330 lumens. It doesn't need to be too bright. On the saucer magnolia, I'm going to have at least 2 uplights on it. I would like 3. Keep in mind some of the glare guards that may be needed for that. The pine tree I'm going to ignore. I'm just going to ignore it. It just doesn't light up beautifully, and I think it's going to look better if it's silhouetted where we're not drawing attention to it, but we use the backdrop lighting of the structure, and you'll be able to see the pine tree behind it without calling a lot of attention. And then we have the Kusa dogwood. That's another beautiful tree that has great flowers on it. So we have 2 flowering trees anchoring either side of this walkway. And by doing all of this, I'm going to minimize the number of path lights needed, if any at all. My goal is to not have path lights here, especially in an area that gets high traffic, because the kids ride bikes in them, the landscapers hit them, everything happens to them. They stand out and they don't look as natural as if we could either have some down lighting put on it or use indirect lighting. On this bench scene, just to my side, we have the beautiful butterfly bush. I would look to see if I could get some light underneath the bench just to softly welcome people in. Maybe some soft lighting in the bushes right behind it, and then light up the butterfly bush behind it. So that's going to be a pretty scene just off to the side. But by staggering this on either side, I'm doing a similar design what we do in path lights where we stagger them, but using objects to direct and guide somebody to the entranceway. And finally, I want the entrance to be the final point of destination where we're bringing our eyes to, because we want people to feel comfortable getting out of their cars, walking up the pathway to traverse it safely. There's no changes in elevation, so we're safe on that. But provide enough lighting so people feel comfortable as they're coming from the parking area to the entrance of the clubhouse. So with this scene here, on my design side, I'm not concerned with the number of luminaires or the number of fixtures. In fact, it's going to be quite a few fixtures in order to get that beautiful even lighting on the house and to light up these trees properly from all the different angles. What I'm most concerned about is the softness, to have a space that feels inviting. And that's not going to be done with big commercial lighting or too bright of lighting. That's actually going to create intensity. We want it to feel warm and welcoming, that people could feel comfortable, have enough light to see where they're going, which we don't need a lot of light to see where we're going at night if there's some lighting in there. And we want to create the backdrop that it looks like the lighting has always been there, like it was designed and the building was designed with this lighting in mind. So by lighting this structure and lighting this landscaping in the way I described, it'll feel like this lighting should have always been there.